All right, so let's get started with the rice. And I get excited over rice because there are so many different flavors of rice. And I think when it comes to vegetarian recipes, there's a lot of people out there who just kind of thumb up their nose at the vegetarian meals because they're not flavorful, they're not robust, they're bland. The white rice, beans. That's what you think of when it comes to vegetarian food and salads, right? No. My egg roll wraps are a hit all the time because I use so many different flavors of rice. And you can get a rice that is really nutty. You can get a rice that is really rich and robust. You can get a rice, even a white rice can be used. It serves its purpose. So, for this recipe, I just say, get some rice and mix it up. Don't use one flavor of rice, please. Because today what I'm going to do, look at this. I've got black rice on my homestead. I've got, I love this rice. This is pink rice. I use a lot of pink rice. I also use a lot of long grain rice. I buy these in bulk too. Now these are just small bags, but I can't bring the 50-pound bag out here to show you. I also buy very unique rices like a Bhutan Red. Very nutty, very nutty. And of course, this is I think I can lift it. This is the long grain white. See, I keep that in the back of 50-pound bags plus. And I actually use that rice for my dog food too. Yeah, the dogs eat very well around here. My husband kind of complains about that, but that's all right. Mr. Hilder, come on. Even Mr. Hilder will eat my vegetarian egg wrap rolls. So, when you are making your egg wrap rolls, I don't care what variety. Hello, this is Wing Hing. You can buy Wing Hing. You can buy Hung Ho. I don't know. There's a lot of different egg wraps out there. Just buy whatever your store carries. I'm going to do a very small recipe today, so I'm only going to use 2 cups of rice. But if you're feeding a lot more people, you're probably going to need at least 4 cups, maybe even 5. It just depends. But today for you, I'm going to do just a couple. So pick your rice. Pick something that has a little bit of a nutty flavor, like a red or a black. Wild rice is good for this recipe. And you can add a little white rice and a little long grain, but mix it up. And cook your rice, and then I'll tell you what the next step is. Food and having great flavors. This is my celery that's been drying, and I can already smell. I wish your friends at home could smell this. This stuff is awesome. I actually had this from summer, and it's been hanging in one of my baskets out here in the kitchen. And I am going to grind it fresh on the spot. And for my recipes, especially when I'm doing soups, stir fries, whatever, man, you get fresh celery like this. It is just, I mean, nothing beats it. Look at that. Can you see what's coming out? Oh, that's what makes a recipe. So all of I don't care if I'm doing something for Mr. Hilder or if I'm doing a vegetarian meal, fresh ingredients. Okay, my rice is done, but I wanted to point this out to you newbies out there who have never cooked with black rice, because I kind of freaked out the first time. I'll show this to you. When you're cooking with black rice, you will notice that it will turn your pan like a purple color. That is just the nature of the rice. It's black rice. That's what it does. So if you're using any type of white cooking ware, you may have to use a little bit of bleach to clean that out with. But don't freak out. It's just how black rice is. But I kind of did freak out because I thought, oh my gosh, I ruined all my pans. But it came out with a little bleach. Okay, so cooked rice. Now we're just going to set the cooked rice on the side. The one trick I will tell you, so your rice doesn't stick together, is add a little bit of coconut oil or a little bit of olive oil as you sit and wait, because we are now going to saute some of those wonderful vegetables and get some flavors going. Okay, so I was digging outside. I got a couple carrots. These things look like they're frozen. They sound like they're frozen, but you're going to need some carrots. And I still will be able to use it. I'll dice it up on thought. And fresh peppers for this recipe. I still have some left from the garden. Aren't these beautiful? Red peppers, banana peppers, whatever types of peppers. And I'm going to add some heat also. So I'm going to grab, actually, I'll show you what I got. I have been drying all of my peppers from this summer. Look at that. Oh, this is beautiful. Haven't had a chance to grind it up yet, but I will grind up some of these just like I did with the celery, and we're going to put a little bit of heat into those egg wrap rolls. Again, you want the depth with your rolls. With vegetarian cooking, you want to use a lot of different fresh flavors. So this is going to be fresh ground heat, where the fun starts, because all the flavors are going to come together for our egg rolls on this wooden block here. This is where it starts. Fresh garden carrots. I like to shred mine. These are my peppers. Look at, aren't these beautiful? I diced those and I put, look at this beautiful garlic. At least 2 to 3 cloves. I like heavy garlic and onion. And then look at that when I dice that up. That's my yellow pepper. So that's 1 yellow pepper. And then, of course, my dried, ooh, aren't these beautiful? My dried hot peppers. And I like to grind them right on, that's why I have my gloves on, right on the spot. So I'm going to put some heat in those egg rolls. And do is lightly saute all of these beautiful ingredients together. And I wish you could smell what I'm smelling, because it's just awesome. Now I'm not going to put the hot stuff in there yet. I want the flavors to kind of come together. And I like, olive oil or coconut oil, both are really nice, but I do like the flavor of a good coconut oil, and we do buy ours in bulk in big. Your beautiful rice, and 5-spice seasoning. This stuff is going to give it that extra special flavoring. And I don't measure, I really kind of do the throw it on in there method. This stuff can be strong, so if you're not used to using this 5-spice seasoning, go sparingly and then taste it as you go. And then the hot. This is where the flavors start coming together. So look at that. That is so beautiful. So mix those ingredients all together, and then I'm going to add a little bit. Here's my celery. Celery. See, Mr. Hilder's back in there correcting correcting how I say these words. Beautiful. Add a little soy sauce. This recipe I'm going to do a little bit more oriental. You don't have to add the soy sauce, but if you want to go down the oriental road, you can do that. Even with the white wine. Remember, just layer those flavors. And that's what makes vegetarian food really pop. Alright. It's perfect. Okay, let's go get our egg roll wraps, and I'm going to show you real quickly how to do the cooking process and how to do the wrap. Okay, here's the fun part. I really like doing this. I lay out my egg roll wraps in a triangle like this, and then have a little cup of water with a little brush. Now, a lot of people will spend money on a pasty brush. I actually got this at the hardware store. It was like 99 cents. This works well. And then we're going to take, because look at this beautiful, isn't this? Look at that. That is gorgeous. I like to take a nice heaping spoonful and just plop it right in the middle. Now, you can stuff yours as much as you want, but I like a nice size, not too big, not too small egg wrap. So, and then you're going to take that water and dab the edges, because this is how it's going to stick. The water makes it stick. And then we're going to take the one end and bring it up towards the middle. Take the other end, fold that in. We're going to wrap that right on top of each other. The other one goes on top of the other end, and then we're just going to do a nice little roll. Okay. And voila! Isn't that great? So, sometimes you'll find when you take your egg roll wraps that they might tear a little bit. If they do, that's okay. You might find that they're not sticking that good either. So instead of plopping your food in the middle right away, you can do your dabbing first, and it gums up the edges. And then while it's kind of sitting there soaking in, then you can put your beautiful rice in the middle, and then you can wrap it. Okay. But don't worry about it. It took me a little bit of time to get the hang of this. But once you get the hang of it, you can kind of be an expert egg roll wrapper. Look at that. And then we're going to fry these up. So you need a deep pan. You can do it either in coconut oil or again in olive oil. Coconut oil does do better at higher temps. We are going to want a high temp for our oil when we are, I don't deep fry. I'm doing like a pan fry method. You'll see. Okay, but get your pan ready and get your oil heated up. And the oil really does need to be hot. And I just place my egg rolls in the pan, and as you see, I don't have a lot of oil in there. I just keep it right about on the bottom here. And then what I do is I kind of just pan fry them. So it's kind of hard to do, but look at how gorgeous these are looking. Okay. Now, I recommend the coconut oil because coconut oil does cook better at higher temps. Look at that. And I just kind of roll them as I go. Kind of hard to do with one hand. Hang on, people. Rolling them. And that's all you do. You pan fry them and you roll them. Now, if you want to do the other route and put them in the oven, you certainly can put them in the oven with less oil. But, you know, my philosophy is life is short. Let's enjoy our good food. And this is so healthy. There's really nothing in here that is bad. The wraps have no fat in them. The rice and the fresh vegetable, I mean, there's just nothing. And olive oil and coconut oil are very healthy oils. So don't feel guilty about pan frying these, because when you pan fry them, you're going to get a better tasting egg roll. It's just a fact. Because look at how beautiful these are. Look at these. These are going to be a hit. All right, so get cooking, people, and we will show you the finished product. Oh, look at that. Oh, it looks great. I hope you enjoyed the egg wrap roll video. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on all the recipes that I use on the homestead here, because as you see, we use everything from our pantry, we use everything from the garden, and very rarely do we have to buy anything that's store-bought. We really try to keep it natural and healthy, but very flavorful. So now what you can do is pretend that you slaved all day, pretend, just, all right, this is really laborious, and if you have somebody at home that really loves you, maybe they will do this, because I want to share with you. This is Starry's secret. You see that gorgeous plate of food? Yeah. But then I'm going to pan around here. Yeah, Starry is really messy. Look at that. I'm really messy in the kitchen. I'm sorry. That's my secret. I'm a disaster. But the food turns out really, really, really good. Starry really is a messy, messy cook, but the food tastes really good. Then perhaps, I pray that someone will come in and save the day and clean up the mess. Sometimes it happens, but sometimes not. So I have a feeling that I'm going to be cleaning up the mess. Oh well, maybe one day. All right. Okay, until next time, God bless you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the egg wrap roll video. Go and make some. Of you friends at home worried about my kitchen because it was such a mess. But look, the magic fairy came in. Oh, look at that. That magic fairy waved their wand and cleaned up that whole mess. Look at that. Oh, now I can sleep at night. And who was that magic fairy? I'll show you. That magic fairy was... Oh, it was Starry. Oh. Yeah, that was me. So it's cleaned up. Sometimes there is no magic fairy, but you know what? Life is still good.